There is a single decision hidden behind every human life, and yet most people never knowingly make it. We imagine our lives are shaped at rare and dramatic crossroads by the great choices we agonize over for days. But the decision that truly defines a life is far quieter than that. It is offered to us and quietly refused every single morning. We believe that to decide is to choose between the paths laid out before us. But beneath every visible choice runs a deeper one, whether to steer at all or to let the current carry us wherever it wishes. Most people never truly decide. They drift downstream year after year and call the drifting fate. A current runs through every life. It is woven from habit and circumstance, from other people's wishes and the long pull of least resistance. It will carry you somewhere. It always does. The only question that matters is whether you ever once chose the shore or simply woke one day to find that you had arrived. But there is something quieter than the current and far stronger. It does not fight the water nor race against it. It only holds a heading. While the drift scatters every traveler wherever the river wills, this one steady thing turns a whole life toward a single chosen star. We call it the helm, and it is the hand upon the helm, not the speed of the water, that decides where you finally land. A famous student of great lives once proved this beyond doubting. We will meet him further down the river. There was once a traveler who came at last to the edge of a great river, wide and slow, with a mountain he sought rising blue on the far and distant shore. A small boat waited at the bank. He stepped down into it, pushed off from the land he knew, and let the quiet water take him. The current was gentle, and the morning was kind. The boat turned slowly in the wide water, and the traveler lay back, content. There is no need to choose my course just yet, he thought. The river is surely going somewhere. I will simply see where it carries me and decide in good time once the right way becomes clear. But the river was not one river. Ahead it split and split again into 100 branching channels spreading across a vast and silver delta, each one sliding toward a different and distant sea. The traveler drifted past the first great parting without lifting a hand. The water chose for him, and his boat slipped quietly down a channel he had never once meant to take. And he was not alone. All across the wide water, other travelers lay back in their boats just as he did, carried, slowly turning, watching the banks slide past, each one certain they would take the helm before it truly mattered. The seasons passed upon the river. The partings came and went, and not one of them reached for the oar. Then one day, a small craft drew alongside his own. An old boatwoman, alone, with a single worn oar laid across her knees. She was not rowing, she was not hurried, and yet her little boat held a clean and steady line straight across the current, while all the others wandered, and her eyes were fixed on something far ahead that he could not yet see. Choose your star, she said, and steer by it. The river will carry you either way. That part was never yours to stop. But a current you do not steer is simply a decision you have handed to the water. Set your heading on one fixed light and hold to it. One small degree, held to the very end, will land you in another world. He almost told her it was hopeless. The current so strong, one oar so small. But he had drifted for years now and arrived nowhere that he had chosen. So he looked up and found a single, steady star burning above the far mountain and turned his small rudder toward it. The boat did not leap forward, but for the first time in all those years, it was no longer merely drifting. No single hour felt like very much. The current still pulled, and the star seemed no nearer than before. But the small corrections gathered, the way a great river gathers from 1,000 hidden streams, and slowly his boat began to cross the very water the others were content to be carried down, drawing, degree by patient degree, toward the shore he had finally chosen for himself. Here is what the river teaches. To decide is not to master the current. That power is given to no one. To decide is to choose a heading and to hold it. to steer the one small thing you can through water you never could. The current is your circumstance, the helm is your life, and the two were never the same thing. And understand this, which the drifting heart resists. Not to choose is itself a choice. The traveler who never takes the helm has not kept his options open. He has simply granted the river full authority over his one and only life. And the river holds no care at all for where he once longed to go. A century ago, a man named Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying the lives of those who had truly arrived, and found one law standing first before all the others. He called it definiteness of purpose. One definite aim, chosen, written, and held. Not talent, he concluded, and not fortune. The ones who reached their shore were simply the ones who had decided exactly which shore was theirs. This is where the outward journey begins. When the inner work is done, when you have reflected and faced your comfort and simplified the noise, there still remains the turning of the helm. To navigate is to lift your eyes from the water to the star, and to steer your life toward it on purpose. Direction is not handed to you, it is chosen, and then it is held. And a heading need not be grand. It is not a map of the whole sea, nor a promise to never waver. It is one fixed point, held a little more faithfully than it was yesterday. Choose the star you can steer by when the night is dark and the current is strong, and let the smaller, scattered lights gently go. So look honestly at your own waters. Find the place where you have been drifting and calling it openness, the direction you keep meaning to choose, the heading you have quietly left to the current. Where is your life being carried by a river you never once steered? Name the shore you would reach if the choosing were truly yours. Then take the helm today, not the whole crossing at once, only the next small turn toward your star. Steer by one fixed point and trust the degrees to gather. The shore you reach in the end is never chosen in a single grand and shining moment. It is chosen in the quiet turning of the helm, again and again and again. And so, one ordinary morning, the traveler did the simplest and bravest thing a drifting life can do. He sat up, took the oar into his hands, and turned the bow of his boat toward the star above the mountain. Ahead, where the river met the far shore, the dawn broke open like an arch of gold, and the channel he had chosen ran straight and shining beneath it. You will not be carried to a life you love by a current you never chose. You will be carried there by the heading you hold on the ordinary days, the days when it would be so much easier to simply drift. So before this day returns you to the gentle pull of the water, sit a moment with the one quiet question that decides a life. Where is the current carrying you? And have you ever once chosen the shore?